further footage of the protest outside Rochdale police station on Wednesday emerged. Demonstrators can be heard chanting anti-police slogans and Allah Akbar, which of course is Arabic for God is the greatest. Unsurprisingly, there was another protest outside that police station last night and outside the offices of Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham. Now, earlier in the day, Akhmed Yakoob, the lawyer for the family involved in the original incident, from whom you'll hear in a moment, spoke outside the police station at Rochdale. He gave an update on the condition of Mohammed Fahir, the 19-year-old who you see being kicked in the face and in the head by that GMP officer at the airport.
His medical condition has worsened since last night. A CT scan has revealed there is a cyst on his brain, so please pray for his well-being. Right now, the main concern for us, for me, is that the family receive justice and this no longer happens again.
Now, there was an interesting intervention from Andy Burnham. He is, of course, the Greater Manchester Metro Mayor. He was also speaking with reporters. He said he'd seen more footage of Tuesday's night's events than you or I have, and he stressed people shouldn't rush to judgments before the full facts are known.
I've seen the full footage that others will not have seen. What is clear is that this is a fast-moving situation that escalates. There are issues on both sides. It's not clear-cut. However, I do not step away from my initial judgment that this was a disturbing incident.
Now, Mayor Burnham is a skilled politician, someone I've known for a number of years. I don't know what he's seen because nothing can justify that action, can it? But at least his intervention was temperate. Not so Lee Anderson, the Reform UK MP, former Vice Chairman of the Conservative Party, said this.
The message I'm getting loud and clear from my constituents is that they are fed up with seeing police dancing around rainbows and being nice to people and running off from rioters. They want the police to do their job. And I think these police yesterday should be commended. They should, in fact, I'd give them a medal.
I see. So for kicking a bloke in the head and the face, you get a medal. Thank God there's only a handful of Reform MPs. Right, let's turn to someone who can give us more background. Akhmed Yakoob is the director of the Morris Andrews solicitors firm. He's acting for the two brothers who were detained at the airport, as well as their mother, and joins me now. Thank you for coming on the show, Mr. Yakoob. The most important thing, of course, is to start with the condition of one of the young men you're acting for. How is he this morning? Have you heard? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick. Thank you for having me on. I've not spoken to them this morning, but he has an appointment with a neurologist later on today.
We understand he has a cyst on the brain. Was that prior to this incident, or can we definitively say it was caused by this incident?
No, we can't say definitely that it was caused by the incident, but there is confirmation that there is a cyst on the brain, and the CT scan confirmed that.
What have the family been able to tell you about the build-up to this incident, Mr. Yakoob?
To be fair, the family are still in shock, as the whole world can appreciate. The incident itself that took place, the mother was returning back from a 2-year holiday, and the two brothers went to pick that mother up from the airport along with their nephews, one of whom is 6 years old and the other, I don't know the exact age of, but they are very young children. So that would have been a surprise for the young children. Their grandma was returning from a holiday and they were going to meet their grandma after 2 years. And they weren't told that they're going to pick up their grandma, you see. So they would have...
A 2-year holiday, just to pick you up on that, a 2-year holiday, Mr. Yakoob.
Yeah, she was living in Pakistan. Well, not a holiday. They do a lot of charity work. The family
I see.
In Ramadan, they hand out food packages to the people.
What do you know about some form of exchange on an aircraft prior to landing at Manchester Airport that involved that woman?
I mean, I am aware or have been told that there was some sort of exchange with another gentleman who did make some racist remarks towards the mother who was assaulted in that video. I don't know how many videos you've seen, Nick. The mother who
probably not as many as you, I imagine, but do go on. Yeah.
Probably I've seen more, yeah.
Yeah. So the woman on the aircraft is the victim of some kind of abuse, verbal abuse. She then, as we understand it, she then points out the man who'd abused her to her sons, and this is where an altercation, as I understand it, please stop me when I'm wrong, takes place. So at what point, from your understanding, do the police get involved, Mr. Yakoob?
I'm trying to work that out. The police, see, this would have happened inside before the departure lounge, way before you come out and greet the public. That altercation would have took place then. I don't know what happened in between and what was told to the police officers, because in some videos I've seen, and they actually scare me. The police officers.
In what way do they scare you, Mr. Yakoob?
They scare me because as a member of public, the way they come into the airport. Some videos show that they're already brandishing the taser guns. So what have they been told? If this was an altercation, have they been told that that elderly mother has a firearm, or someone has a firearm, or someone's going to get killed? Because the way they came in mob-handed, it's like they have come prepared.
I see. So the initial interaction between police, they're already bearing tasers, is what you're saying. At the initial interaction.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I see.
They coming bearing tasers.
Can you confirm that the mother, the woman who's coming back from time spent in Pakistan, was struck in the face by a police officer?
Yes, she has a black eye, and she confirmed that she was struck in the face by a police officer. Only a short clip can be seen. If you play the clip when the young man is on the ground, you can see a kick from the officer whilst he's bending down, and you can see him take his hand out, a sort of left motion.
Right.
You can see that if you slow down that footage. But the actual main assault on the mother took place a few minutes prior to that.
And to confirm, the injured parties, they have a brother who serves with GMP, who is a police officer with Greater Manchester Police, Mr. Yakoob.
Yes, the victim's older brother, the brothers, the two boys' elder brother, is a serving police officer in Greater Manchester Police. He's not going to work now. He's scared that...
Has he been given leave, I would imagine, by GMP, Mr. Yakoob?
He went into work yesterday to tell them he won't be coming back, so I think they've given him compassionate leave.
I see.
He's afraid that an assassination attempt on his life might take place if he goes to work, as it did on his brother.
Andy Burnham, the mayor, is a politician I've known for many years. He's not given to hyperbole or exaggeration. What do you imagine he's seen in the video that gives him cause for concern as well? Because he made that plain yesterday. We all need to see. You'll have seen more video than me. You might have seen more video than the mayor. What might he be referring to?
I hope he's referring to the attempted assassination, the joint enterprise assassination of the young boys by the police officers. And that is concerning, because if police officers who are meant to protect us are going around trying to kill people, how are the public going to feel safe?
You would use the word assassination, Mr. Yakoob?
Kill, yeah. They were threatened to kill. One of the boys were threatened to get killed by a police officer.
We're hearing warnings now from the government's independent advisor on political violence, Lord Walney, that we should not resort to mob rule. What is your message to those who, understandably, have taken to the streets to air their grievance?
Look, I understand. As a member of the public, I understand anybody who sees that video, and I call it, the reason I call it attempted murder or an assassination attempt, I'll be honest with you, Nick. I am a defense lawyer, and I have seen people get charged with a offense like attempted murder or joint enterprise attempted murder for something which is far less serious. God forbid, young Fahir passes away from his brain injuries.
That's highly unlikely, isn't it?
Hopefully it is highly unlikely,
okay.
But let's all
agree on that. But what would you say to those protesters, Mr. Yakoob, specifically to mostly the young men outside Rochdale police station the last couple of nights?
I would say to them, protesting is good. It's a democratic right. Do it, but please stay in the remits of the law. We don't want to be seen as breaking the law like the police officers have. We don't want to be acting like those police officers, those barbaric police officers.
You say you're seeking justice for the family. Mr. Yakoob, what does justice look like?
Well, it's not just a suspension of one police officer. Like Manchester Police Force have released a statement saying there's been a suspension of one police officer. I mean, that's not enough, is it? Because clearly on the videos you can see a woman police officer threatening to taser a person who's making a video. Then you see a male police officer threatening to take or rob people's phones because they've filming this assault on the victims. So the police were going on like proper thugs at Manchester Airport, and I urge the public not to act like the Manchester police.
Does justice include financial payment to the family?
I mean, we haven't even thought about that yet. Our main concern is the safety and well-being of the family, and for the police officers to be suspended and tried in a criminal court. Because if 5 civilians did what the police officers did at Manchester Airport, they would most likely be remanded in HMP Manchester right now with an offence of attempted murder or something
Last minute or so together, I hear what you say on that point. Do you think the behaviour was racist, Mr. Yakoob?
It might be. I mean, the chief superintendent of Manchester Police said that he certainly fears that there may be racism involved. But I don't want to pull the race card. But I can confirm that the BAME community, and especially young Pakistani men from the South Asian community, have been mistreated by the police, have been treated with force by the police, and this is not a one-off incident.
Okay. You are urging people to, of course, observe the law at their protests. Do you want to review your use of the word assassination in the light of that?
Well, it is attempted. I mean, look, I'm not going to mix my words up, but like I said, if those were normal people, civilians, 5 civilians, and they acted jointly, they could well be charged with attempted murder.
Okay. Lastly, your lifestyle is well documented. Are you offering your services pro bono?
Pro bono, yes.